Legend of Total War here with part 13 of my Total War Attila Let's Play campaign as the Sassanid Empire. Right, so previously declared war on the Byzantines and captured all of Thracia. So that worked out nicely.
How may I serve Persia?
Don't need this. Be converted. Got a tanner here. What can that be converted to? Threadmaker. Okay. We've got one over here, so don't need two. Can't justify two, actually. Alright, so... oh yeah, it's just Constantinople. So the Byzantine Empire is just about gone. I think the Western Empire fell a little while ago.
Ready for battle.
Now there's these guys here. They're building up their forces.
It is a great and glorious thing to fight for our cause.
Okay, there's probably going to be a revolt here at some point. If I exempt it from taxation, actually that might solve it for the time being.
My lord.
Yeah, we can keep the sheep. Oh, there will definitely be a revolt here. If it shows up at Marcianopolis, okay, that should definitely be fine. Alright, fine. So how many settlements do we have now? 57. So close to getting the next level of Imperium. With more Imperium means probably an addition to 2 armies, which means either we can use them to affect public order, or justify a war against someone. Yeah, 2 more armies to just throw down here would certainly help. I really want to get rid of them. Close off that frontier. Or 2 armies to sort them out, but that'll be difficult as well.
Yes. We fight for you, my lord. My lord.
So we're probably getting close to max corruption. Because it used to be, I think the max used to be 95%, which was ridiculous, but I think they changed it to being 60%. That's with no buffs reducing public or corruption. So it's going for more food. Okay, public order's under control. What if I was to switch it for the more public order based one? Actually, no, keep the one with the food, because I think it will be okay for public order. We really do need a lot of food. It's not like that doesn't provide public order as well.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, it's good to see the public orders very much under control here. Just thinking about the Eastern Empire and possibly just bribing them for a peace treaty, because I now need some time to consolidate their territory and I don't want them to annoy me while I'm doing that.
Greetings in the name of our Lord. Speak, but do not deceive with tricky
I
rhetoric.
wasn't going to throw
logic,
this much
or
money at them,
cloying
but I mean
patience.
I've got heaps. It's not that much to me. And I want them to leave me alone. Maybe we'll just wait a little while. I mean, they've got loads of enemies. Maybe their enemies will hit them up a little bit. Yeah, this is being taxed. How long was that not being taxed for? I don't think for that long. Because I remember it being very close to revolt. Doesn't matter, it's under control now. Yeah, that'd be right, because the food, I haven't got it under control here. We're better off knocking down this and building the food sanitation building. Just got enough food here, so I can't build anything else for the time being, until we can upgrade these. Get the other food building in here. Just save that for the time being. Public order here is okay, so we could use more sheep. And that food that we get from there can now justify Grand Palace here. That's all we can do. I'm not even going to bother with that. We don't need to reduce upkeep costs.
How may I serve you?
Money's just not an issue with 60,000 income return.
At your service.
Alright, moving on. Now, I think the Oracle at in Libya, I think it provides +2 public order. Well, even if it only provides +1, that's still a good reason to take it. Because if I've got, I don't know, 17 provinces, that's an extra 17 public order. It's a lot. I want all these little bits of public order here and there. It's all useful. Of course, 420 AD is approaching, which means Attila is going to come of age soon.
I speak with a simple tongue without trickery. Accept or do not accept, but do so honestly.
No. Oh wait, she's 60 years old.
With a simple tongue without trickery. Accept or do not accept, but do so honestly.
No. Keep her within my stuff, my family. I mean, the reason for most of their balance of power is these. That's not going to do anything, but I don't think I can justify auto-resolving that. It's just, it's too close to call. At least it didn't show up at Constantinople. Although I don't think they'd have enough artillery to actually break down all the towers. Where are they? Oh, they're there. Where should we set up?
We will darken the skies.
Man, I'll just keep these guys. Actually, you come over here. Put you on loose formation. See, well, those Caraballista, Ballistra, They're actually a big pain. Just leave it as it is.
We outnumber the enemy! Take it back! Oi! We cannot let this great city fall! Do not forget why we fight! Our people, our families, take shelter in the...
Yeah, it's gonna burn down. But at least we get a couple of shots on. Oh, it's just Limitani border guard. They're not gonna count for shit. So it'd be good if they hit their own unit.
A tower has been fire! The settlement is on fire! Our general is being attacked! Keep him alive!
Well, this rebellion was easy to deal with. They've lost.
Enemy
Didn't even need
units
my
have
archers.
rallied him. Their general has fallen! Our victory grows ever nearer! Gods be good!
Make sure they get wiped out.
Victory.
Just bring that down to about 10 men, and then we can justify ending it. There you go. Just trying to bloody follow where the flag was. It kept moving. It's fine. So the general actually did the most damage, but he got a rear charge on us, but wasn't enough. So much for that revolt. What do we got here? Rugians. Are they also at war with the Byzantines? Let's have a look. No. What if I can get
For my
you
people's
to
heart,
join war
welcome.
against the Eastern Empire? No, they
My
actually
part,
like him.
Well,
I am sure you have many pleasantries for me.
Oh, the
but
Western Roman Empire
please,
still exists.
Don't bother. Talk of meat, not honey.
Alright, never mind.
at your command.
Could go over there and sack it.
Ready
Make a bit
for
of money
battle.
out of that. Still, these guys here might get wiped out, so I'll just leave it be for the time being. 8 more turns for Divine Sanction. That's gonna really help us out. But this here helped as well. Extra 1 public order. Now, like I said, I don't want to be at war
Welcome,
with
but
these guys
expect
anymore.
scant
I'll offer them
pleasantries.
20,000 again.
I lack time to waste.
That's not 20,000. 21,000. Civ will accept that. Good.
I accept.
And now I'm not at war with anyone, so I can just sit back and relax, try and build up our regions, and wait for this to happen. Which will also bring Attila into the picture
How may I serve
at that point as well.
Persia? Your name must serve. Can I assist you further?
Alright, good. This region here needed food, so now we go with the Go with the food trader, because that comes with money as well. Public order here is not a problem. It's not like I need money either, but we're going to say I like money. We need food. I mean, we could build the food trader, but that causes public order issues as well. Not enough food. Gotta wait for this build slot to occur. Okay, I think we can justify taxing it now. It seems to be under control. Snacking a little bit of food here. That'll help fix things. Food's at -3, but that causes 2 public order problems. Overall, we'll end up with an extra 1 public order. Anyway, it'll be a long time before this revolts, and we've got this coming in soon. Now, after this is done, what do I need? There's still a few more technologies in here to unlock buildings, like getting buildings to level 4. But say up here, I don't think I really need this. Or that. Just don't need them right now. So we can then start focusing more on military buildings. Actually, what does this provide? Don't need that. That's pretty good, but I don't desperately need it. Alright. Because I know I've neglected my military. But that's only because we've won pretty much every battle, except for like the most unwinnable fights. If we have a look at our stats, let's look at victories. Okay, losses 4. And that's usually have been, like, settlements that have just been not well defended. I think 2 of those defeats were here. So, you know, don't fix... If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, people often do say, oh, how come he never gets better units? If you don't need it, don't get it. We will need better units later on in the campaign, but not right now. And as I've said before, what would you prefer? Having 1 army of elite units and being broke, or having 10 armies of 10 armies of crap units and being rich? What's the better situation? Because it's not a majority of people. It's again the outspoken minority, and I shouldn't even bloody give them any attention by even mentioning it. But it gets mentioned in every single one of my Total War Attila campaigns. Yeah, you never hire any professional units. I do, but at the late part of the campaign, of course, when no one's watching. I mean, who plays this game and goes, I have 400 income. You know what I should do? I should go and try and rush the best units I can afford. Which is to say, I always say best units I can afford, because that's what always goes through my mind. But no, they just go best units. Well, I have minus 6,000 income, but at least my army's unstoppable. It's a shame it's taking attrition due to the fact I can't pay it. Alright, that'll do. pay him off. Alright, so got heaps of money. So despite dealing with that revolt, it still can't maintain public order here. Obviously this settlement here is becoming better and better equipped to defend against a revolt. But it might be in my best interest just to exempt it from taxation, just to slow down any possible revolts. Just thinking what to build here. Guess we'll go with the extra food. Alright, how's this province holding up? Public order wise, it seems to be fixed. Did we end up... Yeah, we got the peace treaty with the Byzantines. We've got that. Academy. How are we going for food? Not much food. Alright, so we'll need to go for waterworks food, because that doesn't cost public order. So once again, just go through this. Okay, that'll be done before this, but I could use the extra public order from it. Don't really see anything else that needs to be done. Okay, I think we'll be able to hold on to that because obviously in 18 turns this will be done. 390. Well, as our tech rate increases, we'll be able to burn through this quite quickly. See, this only takes one turn to research now. So it's not like as soon as we finish the civil techs, it's going to go all through and go through the red ones. But it's just not going to take as long.
We fight for you, my lord.
Your next move. When I hunt, I look for sport. Do not look for an animal.
We do not ask much.
No, I'll be killing them soon. I need to secure the province. Six turns to go. Right, I'm not going to be declaring any more wars until this is done. Just every turn, just go through the constructions and just see what there is to do. Okay, Tarsus is a big problem. What's going on with public order here? Yeah, fucking immigrants. Right, just exempt it from taxation. Give us a bit more time. Don't need the money. Accumulated quite a lot. Okay, that should provide enough food for us to justify that building. Okay, we got plenty of food here, so we can grab that. Two turns until a revolt. Don't bother with gold. It's just not worth it. No, not that. Yep, we can justify that. We've got the food for it. Actually, it's autumn. So we should still only just have it, but just to make sure, we'll grab this. Okay, so we're pretty good for food here, I'm assuming. Yeah, food's actually it's not that good. So I really want the library, but I don't have enough food. We can probably get some more food through here. Yeah. I really want that library.
Ready for battle.
Bit of a quiet episode, but gotta get this tech done. When the time does come for building Doomstacks, we'll be able to equip all of our armies up with them. That's not going to be an issue. Even if they're 5 times more expensive than our current armies. In fact, as of right now, we have probably just slightly more territory than the Achaemenid Empire, because they never took all of Arabia. They did have more of Egypt, probably into Libya as well. Never took up here, and this is about as far as they got out up this way. What's next? You know what, I might just burn through this turn. Not bother building anything. I just want to get this tech done.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord. Ready for battle. My lord.
Sure there's stuff to build somewhere, but I'm also sure we'll survive.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord.
Just skip this turn. love it if Himyar would just send a huge expedition over to Ethiopia to fight Axum. So after this we'll have about one more year, and then Attila comes. Benunu. Oh well. I'm not gonna bother too much with officers that much. Just whatever. It's good to use up their influence here, otherwise they accumulate too much. So where's that wife that everyone keeps asking for? She's like 56 years old, or 61 years old. Where is she? That's not her. That's her. That's who everyone wants. Just let it be. Okay, let's do some construction this turn. Four turns until this is done. Yep, definitely got enough food for it. Good, this province here is in really good condition. If I wanted to expand out here, let's have a look. It's all desolate out this way.
At your command.
But of course we've got to keep in mind that the Huns will be basically using this area as their punching bag. But whatever. We've got the money. Start colonizing it. If it ends up getting destroyed, well, hopefully we can take a few Huns down with us. Can't just throw money at them either. Actually, I might be able to. If they declare war on me, I might be able to throw money at them and make them go kill someone else. Because usually when the Huns start coming at me, I usually don't have this much money. No, I didn't want stables, we want camel herd. There's plenty of food here now. It's just the public order that's an issue. If I was to tax this, yeah, the biggest problem here is actually food. So if I get rid of this, because this consumes a lot of food, it's not very good efficiency for what it provides. Yeah, a lot of immigrants. I wonder if I go over this way. Yeah, no immigrants. funny how this region here is still under control, despite the fact... Actually, that's actually a good point. Why don't we exempt it from taxation? Because I don't need the money. And then this army here can be redistributed. We can take these fuckers out finally. Not with just this army. I'll have other armies to dedicate. Alright, let's make preparations for this. I've got other armies that aren't really doing anything important. You seem to be fine. Public order here is alright, come over here.
Set up the watch.
Yeah, we definitely need that tech. Alright, where else do I have armies that... Actually, easiest way to go through it this way.
My words are yours to direct.
So yeah, well, I'm sure these guys are providing us with a lot of money, but money's not really a concern for me anymore, so just end all agreements with them. They still like me, but it's deteriorating. And I'll declare war on them as soon as I get organized, although you're supposed to wait about 10 turns. It doesn't actually say you'd be dishonorable for it. I could probably get away at this point with an unreliable reputation. Just
Yes.
wouldn't be a good thing.
Ready for orders.
Ready for orders.
I think this area here can control itself, so let's get him to the front lines. Actually, stay there just for one turn.
My lord. Awaiting Persia's bidding, my
He needs to stay there. Public order's
How
not good.
may I serve Persia?
Public order here is really not good either. What's the goddamn problem? Religious differences. What is there, Judaism here or something? It's only 42% Zoroastrianism. What's with the other ones? There's a fair amount of Judaism. Must be some Himyar fuckers that came walking through here recently.
My lord. Ready for battle.
If he leaves the area, it'll revolt fairly quickly. Need this other build slot. Though I've already got the Grand Palace. We're selling off all the gems. Most of them. Suppose we'll just need to just wait for those. I mean, this one here will also provide religious influence, so there'll be less religious problems.
We fight for you, my lord.
I think he does need to stay there a little while longer.
How may-
How may I serve Persia?
Same with you, you definitely need to stay here. Public order will not maintain without you here, plus it's a frontier.
At your command.
You need to stay there. So I can really only dedicate 2 armies to dealing with them. When's my next Imperium showing up? It's so close. I mean, if I could just get this guy away from here, like I'll just exempt it from taxation. It's not going to solve the problem here. It will probably revolt if I don't get back here soon. But if I bring him over here, it'll just make... Just stay here. Actually, no, we're going to send him as well. So we've got armies. You just stay there for the time being. Maintain the public order. I'll figure something else out. How's the public order here? How about bring him down
An honor to serve you.
to help fix it? Because this is at least somewhat under control. Right, moving on.
I will not demand agreement.
No. Yeah, your death is coming very soon. It's been a long time coming. I've just been preoccupied, unable to send more armies to get them. I suppose, in a way, the number of armies limitation is sort of like a really crappy way for them to say manpower, but it's been done better in other games, that's for sure. I wonder if Thrones of Britannia will have limited armies, because they did away with it in Warhammer in favor of just increased army upkeep costs, which I do prefer over just hard code. Well, just you know, limits that you can't get past. Which they had that with the Tomb Kings, but it actually worked well with the Tomb Kings because you could just buy a new army if you had enough money in Canopic Jars. Tomb Kings was done probably one of the best DLCs, faction culture packs or whatever that CA's ever done. And I was really looking to rip them a new one in that. I'm always looking to, you know, pick faults in it, but if they do a good job, I'll say they did a good job. I'm not gonna lie and say something's crap when it's not, nor will I lie and say something's good when it's not. Three armies should be sufficient. Could send the fourth, but he's maintaining public order out here. You know, this Regency is kind of more important to maintain public order.
My lord,
Okay, if we can keep it at this, when this gets finished, that'll negate the public order problems. Good. With that coming in, we can justify this. Well, since it's not being taxed anyway, it might as well. What the hell? Does this come with extra growth? No. Is there any more growth to be had? I don't think so. It's not growing very quickly. It's a hell of a lot of food. I'll make use of it. Public order here is not good. We just need extra build slots. It's going to take a while before it expands again. Could exempt it from tax. Actually, no. It'll be fine. Once this tech comes, it'll solve it out. That's why I keep saying this tech is so important, because all these regions that are like -1, -2, up to -4 public order, or even up to 5, they're all going to be under control. And then once I build the Grand Palace, they'll have a little bit extra. And it's all just about making it so that when we capture a settlement, we don't have to sit there for 50 turns looking after it. We can just capture a settlement, stay there for a few turns, and then move on to the next one. That's why public order is important. Otherwise, you're just going to have revolts over and over and over. Okay, maybe just hold off on this province for the time being. Actually, we got public order coming in, so we can justify that loss of public order. Extra food will be fine. Keep that, because if we build this, we'll lose the public order from it. Just leave that.
We fight for you, my lord.
Wait, was that a governor? Ah, it doesn't matter. More authority means more public order. Okay, I just need to pause the recording for one moment. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, where was I? Probably not important. Just, you know, trying to find something to build, I suppose. Just move on. 3 more turns to wait, and then we've got that tech done. Been waiting a long time for this. Ah, no, Attila gone. I'm not going to cry over that, though. So, yep, Axum took him. Okay, well, that's good. Hopefully that powers up Axum a bit more, so that... Doesn't seem like there's as many troops here as there was before. I don't know, maybe they're moving around a little bit. Anyway. Getting into position over here. They're putting a lot of troops here. I guess they sense what I'm about to do. Yeah, no need to trespass on the territory just yet. Okay, was they sending another one? We're just going to use 3. Well, they don't have any artillery. But you do. Alright, I will send you, actually. By the time they get there, they'll have recovered. It'll be a few turns. And with that technology 2 turns away, that'll fix the public order here anyway. Alright, is there anything else we need to do? Maybe just have a look at our lowest public order regions, make sure they're okay. This is starting to become better. It's not being taxed though. Can we tax it? Plenty of food. So yeah, we can justify building that. That'll be fine once the tech's done. Alright, this province is fucked. What's the major problem here? Just that the buildings are causing more public order than they're providing, I suppose. Plenty of food, but I need build slots. Ah, here's our problem. Convert this. This will reduce the public order penalties by 2. Provides him. So give us 9 public order. I just realised as well, we don't have a public order building here, so get rid of that. This is providing enough money. Yeah. Because if you think about it, you don't get the full 1,500. That's if it's on 100% tax, which, for one thing, is not being taxed at all. It's only on about 50% tax. Actually, just hold off on that for the time being. Alright, that'll do. Moving on. So what if my governors died? I'm going to bring him over to Dacia because I want the settlement to grow. Oh, I'm having some loyalty issues. I better sort that out. Oh man, there's a lot of loyalty issues. What's going on? Yeah, see, this office given to subordinate stuff. If I just don't do any of this stuff anymore, that won't happen. So I could just kick these... wait until it runs its course. Anyone else in the family tree? Nope. So that's at 3. Office given to subordinate, and office given to subordinate. If I just don't do any more politics stuff, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Again, so many things to hate about the politics system in this game. It's just not good. High risk, low reward. You run the risk of causing civil wars for pennies worth of resources. Alright, that should do it. One more turn after this. I wonder if the Eastern Roman Empire is making a lot of money from its interest. Because in every campaign that I've played, and that I've managed to vassalize, or make into a puppet, the Byzantine Empire, they've always provided me with 25,000 per turn in tribute. Which, of course, they pay a portion of their income. So, because on Legendary difficulty, when they get huge amounts of money, because they get all these cheats, and are unable to spend it all, they just keep compounding that interest over and over and over. After 100, 200 turns, they've got several dozen million in the bank that they can never spend, so just paid in tribute.
These insolent fools.
Because if you think about it, 5% interest per season, that's 20% interest per year. That's actually more than that when you compound it. That's a lot of fucking interest per year.
Ready for orders. My lord.
Just one more turn until that's done. Just double check public order, make sure we're all good. Why is this province even worse now? Characters causing problems. We've got too much power, that's what it is. As long as we don't go too far out here, it's okay. Alright. It's not going to revolt. Actually, it's going to provide 9 public order plus this coming in here. Knocking that down will help public order a little bit.
It is an honor to serve you.
I'll just leave it for the time being. If it revolts, these armies will come over here and deal with it. We're going to take this quickly. Be able to take it next turn.
You, my lord.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, the Garamantians are going full on to wreck the. Them.
We
They
demand
want me to
only
create a
a
puppet
modest
state out
weight
of them.
coin. My master always
No.
looks kind.
I always wanted to kill them. Why would I want to make them a puppet state? That just gives them protection. Now that Axum doesn't have to worry about Nobatia, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. The moment they leave that area, I'm going to attack them. Byzantine Empire not out yet.
We ask only. I
Fine,
offer
whatever.
this.
If you want to pay 900 for a 62-year-old woman, fine.
Darkness and despair. The shadow chased the sun ever southward. And behold a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. His wrath would engulf the world, and he delighted in watching it burn. The horde looked to Attila, and the world trembled. Abandon all hope.
Okay, the King of the Huns. He was indeed a lover of war, yet restrained in action, mighty in council, gracious to supplicants, and lenient with those under his protection. Was he really? I don't know. Wasn't Attila like a bloodthirsty maniac? With the death of the previous warlord, Attila seized power. Now he leads the hordes, and their armies swell in number. Good. I needed that Imperium. Alright, so we finally got that tech there. Good. Now, we need to grab a few of these techs out here, because there's some buildings that are yet are not constructed that we do need. I mean, this only takes one turn. I guess we could grab that. It's only... I don't need the money, though. Yeah, I need these things. Right.
Any glory you buy with blood will soon tarnish, for you are a people with
Besieging settlement. None will escape. March! March!
Now, I wonder if it would be a good idea to attack him, because he'll probably just run away.
For Persia! Ready for battle.
Be good to get rid of him first, I'd say.
Advance! I would travel the world.
Because that's their entire military, and then Raga's going to be easier to get rid of. Finally, after ages of planning for this, sort of, Well, not really. We didn't spend a long time planning it. We just needed to wait for armies to be freed up.
Oh, battle!
Finally ours.
My lord,
So let's see how they've mismanaged this settlement.
at your command.
We fight for you,
Yeah,
my
just
lord.
can't quite make it. They won't build an army in time. Okay, so workshops, don't want that. Blacksmith, don't want that. Silk Road Market. Nah, I don't want that. Get rid of it. Food Trader, I do want that. And I do want that. They didn't mismanage it too much. Or really at all, I suppose. Capture that and be done with them. There'll be a revolt here, but if it shows up over there, then I'll just go and deal with it. Should be easy. And now we can justify upgrading all this. And since it's going to revolt anyway, might as well grab that. And taking Ekbatana, extra research rate, resistance to occupation, 20%. That's not too bad. Good. Most of these settlements are much more under control. Now, at the capital, at Ctesiphon, we need to build this to get that little bit extra public order. Now, do we have the food needed? Yep, no problem. Ever since we made a few adjustments and got rid of certain buildings, food has not been a problem here. Of course, we're on to -2 climate change, which is going to affect only the sheep by a small margin. Not going to affect the camels at all. Now, we haven't met the Huns yet. Oh, here they are. They're still considered pretty weak compared to us. I can't see him out here. We should try to get an alliance with them. I mean, they hate our guts, just because of great power penalty. But
Why do you trouble my digestion today?
I'm sure there's a price. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so maybe instead go non-aggression pact? Because there's no guarantee they'll keep this. But I really do not want to fight them. Can I give them military access? Yeah, why would I want a Hammock wife? Okay, so we can get a defensive alliance with them. Of course, that means if anyone declares war on them, I get dragged into it, but that's okay. Good, and this way we can at least see where their armies are and watch what they get up to. Alright, well if anyone declares war on us, they declare war on the Huns as well. I mean, eventually they'll backstab us, but we can always just throw money at them, I suppose.
Ready for orders.
There's no benefit in fighting the Huns. You don't gain any money from it, and the only thing you risk, well, more like, the only thing you risk is by fighting them. Nothing to gain.
At your command. Ready for fight.
That's the first time this has been occupied. Okay, and then we need to come down here and occupy that as well. Secure the province entirely. Just don't tax it for a little while. And what we can also do, I mean, it's not ideal. As they continue to burn everyone away, we go and occupy the ruins. I believe I did this in a different campaign. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the White Huns. Well, Was it Himya? I don't know. I allied with them, allowed them to burn everything down, then I'd just go in and take everything. It's expensive to, you know, rebuild these settlements, but it's easy. So how are they going down here? So we're in an hour, but what I'll do is I'll end the episode once we've defeated these guys. There's no escape from now anyway.
Persia.
Don't need to worry about those upgrades. Won't make a big difference. Eventually I'll be replacing those units anyway.
Fleet reporting, my lord.
Okay, so settlements are much more under control now, so we can justify building this. We need more money. This only just came under control, despite all that extra public order. Same as this is only just under control. It's not even being taxed, but at least it is under control now. Plenty of food here, can justify it. Also, with our Imperium increased, we can now have another governor. Okay, good. We can also start raising new armies. Who are we going to hit first? I'm thinking the Garamantians. They're ranked 2, aren't they? They're ranked 3 now. Who's ranked 2? With the Huns. Yeah. Because I need to capture this, but also, I'm fairly sure something here provides additional public order. So we'll... Let's have a look. This guy here is a bit disloyal. Could be risky giving him command of an army, but so be it.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord. It is a great and glorious thing to fight for our cause.
And I'll recruit another one over here. This guy seems good. And also we'll be able to redistribute these guys somewhere else soon. And now, this province here, this region, once we've got this under control, we shouldn't have to worry about its public order anymore. We just need to readjust the buildings.
How may I serve Persia?
Right, we still need... What's the wrong thing? Another governor. Where are we going to put this? Okay, give him that. And where are we going to put him? Maybe Thracia? Usually in somewhere where it needs to grow. Where exactly? I think Thracia. Public order here is not great, and this will certainly help. Although it doesn't need to grow at all, but he'll provide public order, so now we can at least tax it and make a hell of a lot more cash. Not that we need the cash, but I may be throwing a lot of money to keep the Huns away. Which is historically what people did. Let them wear themselves out fighting someone else.
At your command.
Huns can't live forever. Moving on. For every time Attila loses, that's one nail in his coffin. And I've gone through a campaign before where somebody else defeated Attila and I never even had to fight him. They kind of, with the Chaos Invasion of Warhammer, they made it so you couldn't negotiate with Archaon, who is basically the Warhammer version of Attila. Just wants to burn the entire world down. Oh, I didn't realise it revolted. Well, thanks for sorting them out for me, Armenia.
Take this subsidy.
Yeah, I'll give you a subsidy. I'll stab my sword up your ass. I couldn't make that work as a pun. Doesn't matter.
We know that wealth can be a burden.
Wealth is no burden. What's a burden is poverty. Wealth is a responsibility.
My lord, besieging settlement.
And only irresponsible
Laying
people
siege
consider
to the
wealth to be a burden.
Advance! At once!
And that sorts them out. They couldn't move because they'd only just recruited the army and hired a bunch of mercenaries.
Ready for order.
Good, and they're gone. So what do we gain out of this? Oh, look at this. Mount Damavand. This region here provides public order +2 faction-wide. It would have been great if we could have taken that earlier, but I didn't know that was there. I could have sworn though there's another one down here that also provides public order, but maybe we'll get that next turn, because we'll... not next turn, next episode, because we'll redistribute our forces down here to take out the Garamantians. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, so like and subscribe. Part 14, I think, is next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.